Hello everyone, welcome. Today we're going to take a look at another CTF, which is Topson, which is a boot to root machine for fit in B-side Guatemala CTF. So I've already started the machine and this is our IP address. So let's get started. Let's go to desktop. Let me save the IP address into a variable 194. Okay, now let's do an nmap scan to see what ports that are open in the machine. Let's do nmap. Let's do A4. Let's do 10.22. We're gonna name it let's do open port. Oh, that might not work because I didn't connect to the VPN, so let's go back. Let me open another tab. Actually, let's open another tab. Let's do cd. Let's go to download. Let's do sudo open VPN. Okay, now that we connected to the VPN, we can do the nmap now. This is the nmap. Looking at the question, we don't have much to go with except to just look for the user.txt and look for the root.txt. So this one is a bit different than the other machine that usually give us a guide on what to do. So let's wait for that to finish. The IP address is wrong. Okay, so 10.10.23.194. Okay, let's give that a minute. Let's check out the IP address and see, maybe they have a web server. Oh, never mind. Okay, so based on the result, we can see we have 3 ports open, 23 SSH. We have 2 not so, these are not the default port you usually see for, except 8080. That's usual for people to use 8080 for HTTP, but 8009, I don't know if that, yeah, I don't know what port that is. If that's a middle port, or if that's an actual port for something. Well, actually it is, so it's typically associated with the Apache JServe protocol. So okay, well, okay, we can check it out. Let's see. Let's do copy. Let's do 8009. We got nothing. Well, let's do 8080. Okay, so we do have something. We have Apache Tomcat version 8.55 software foundation. let's check these. Okay, let's cancel. Oh, that's interesting. This is so wrong. I know this is Tryhackme, and I know this is for educational purposes, but usually in real life you're not gonna see all of these messages. Usually you're just gonna see 401 unauthorized, because there's way too many information that they are giving us, and they give us so much information. They even give us a username and a password, so we can use that to see if that will work. But before I do that, I don't know. Okay, there we go. Apache Tomcat is primarily used as a Java-based web server and servlet container. It's designed to host and run Java-based web application. Okay, fair enough. Let's keep looking. Oh, let's try the password that we received. Let's do host manager. Let's do Tomcat. Actually, I guess they didn't change the default password, if that was it, but I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, so let's go back. Let's do manage app. Tomcat is secret. Okay, we see we have a list of application. This is the Tomcat Web Application Manager. We have a DAG example. Okay. Okay, we see that we can deploy a WAR file to upload. I think that's Web Archive, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Okay, we see that we can deploy our own WAR files, so we can use MS Venom for that. Let's clear this out. We don't need it no more. Let's do. Let's see. Well, there you go. That's the one I used before. Let's use that one. Let's just change the IP address, since I was testing it to see what it does. Let's open another tab. Let's do IPA. Okay, let's use our tunneling IP address. Okay, we can paste it over here. Okay, so MS Venom. We use the -p for payload. We're using a Java JSP shell reverse TCP together with a TCP shell, hell host, which is our local host, and then L port, the port that we're gonna listen to. F is the file type, so we're doing a WAR shell. So this is the file type will be WAR, which is web archive, and then we're gonna save it into a file. Let me change the name. Let's do war0.war. So let's press enter. Let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. Okay, so we have our payload. So now we can use that to, we can upload that together with a shell. Choose a file. Let's go to desktop. I've done this machine before. I do them beforehand, so I'm not stuck in the middle of recording, because sometimes that can take forever to troubleshoot what's the problem. So I usually do them beforehand, and then I go through the process so the video is smooth and is not too long, because sometimes when you're doing them for the first time, it can really be difficult to troubleshoot things in the middle of recording. So that's why I do them beforehand now. We're gonna deploy. I mean, as you can see, there's when I did it, I used shell that one. So I'm using shell.0 now. As you can see, since I've run it, it's turned green. So this one is white, which because I haven't run it yet. So let's do an ncat. Let's do LVP port 1234. Then we're gonna click on it. It should give us a connection. Perfect. So now we can stabilize our shell. Let's do import pty spawn, then bash. Let's see. Okay, so Python pty import. Okay. Something is wrong. Pty spawn. Yep, okay, I see. So let's do it again. Python C import pty spawn, then bash. Okay, so we got something. We're not done yet. There are a couple of more steps. We can do export term xterm, and then we're gonna background it. We're gonna do stty war -echo fg, which is gonna bring back the suspended netcat netcat session. Press enter. Now we got a full functional shell. Now we can press up, we can press tab. Everything is working. So now let's do ls. Let's go home. Let's do cd check. So cd user, or not cd, cat user.txt. So this is our first flag for user. Submit. Perfect. So now, because we don't really have much to go on, there are a couple of things we can do. We can look to see what process is running on the machine, to see if anything interesting is going on. We can do find param. We can see what SUID binary that we can use, if there's any param-400, and then we're going to do, I think that should be it if I'm not mistaken. Oh, nope. Okay, all of these are standard, so we probably wouldn't be able to use none of them to escalate our privilege on this machine, but we can see if there's any cron job running. Let's do cron tab -L. We can do, let's do cat 86, I think. Okay, we do have a couple of things. We do see that we have an ID SSH that is running. I think that was in, yeah, check home, and it's set to run every second, every hour. So minute, hour, month, year. So let's go, let's list it. Let's see, we can also check. You can check out bash history to see if there's anything interesting in there, but I doubt it. Those are places you can look to see if there's anything. Permission denied. Okay, so we don't really have access. The only thing that we only have access to here is we can run nano, we can run the ID SSH. Everything else, it's read write only. We can read things, and then we can, well, pretty much for most of these we only have read access. Okay, so now let's take a look at what is inside of cat ID.sh. Let's do cat ID.sh. Well, I guess yes, like I mentioned before, I've done this before. So but in the process of doing it, I messed up the ID.sh. Inside of the .ID.sh was just a script that just print the ID, that just print this into a text file. So but in order to get the reverse to a reverse shell as root, we had to put a bin bash reverse shell TCP reverse shell in there, which is what I did. So one thing that need to be changed, the IP address is not gonna be, I don't think that's the correct IP address. If I'm, oh, it is. So this is, so since it's already in there, so every second, every hour, once I open another tab and then I put the ncat listener again, I should get another reverse shell with root privilege in it. Pretty much that's all that was in there, but for some reason I wiped it with this when I put this in there. So now if I go here and then I open another tab, if we give it a second, you should get cat listener, I guess. Give it some times. Can I do it in here? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't do it in here, but let's see. 1, 2, 3. Let's see if I can also do it in here. Oh, never mind. So let's see if it's gonna work, because I didn't try it inside of here. I only tried it on my, well, it wouldn't work here because my IP address wouldn't work inside of here, so that was pointless to try. So as you can see, we have root, we have root access. Yeah, so that wouldn't work because my IP address wouldn't be able to, it's two different things. So that was dumb of me. So if we press ID, we can see that we are root. So that was a pretty easy CTF, if I'm being honest. Once you know what to do, it's just 1, 2, 3. So we can do cd root. Wait, what? Oh, okay, yeah. You can do cd root, and then you can do root Oh, I forgot. My shell is not the same as the other one. This one is not stable because every time I press tab, nothing happened. Yep. So we can do cat root.txt. And this is our last and final flag. So Thompson is a pretty easy machine to do, if I'm being honest, because all you had to do is figure it out, that upload your own web archive into the app manager thing and run it together with shell. Once you're in there, you look around, and we were able to find out that there's a cron job that was running every second, hour, minute. So we will use that to our advantage and put a reverse shell in there. So once the task run, it automatically gives us full access to the machine, and we were able to get the last flag. So that's pretty much it for Thompson. Pretty easy, straightforward, but it's something different. Like I mentioned on all my previous video, I'm always gonna stick to easy CTF. So while they might be easy, but you know, there's still something to learn from all of them. So that's it, guys. Until next time, bye bye.